Hi. Thank you for joining me, Yoga with Shauna, to flow with you today. When you are ready, let's get started. Find a comfortable seat on your mat. We're going to start in easy posture with one foot close to the groin and the other foot out in front of that. Let's roll our shoulders back and down our spine so we have a nice tall spine right now. Close your eyes, place your hands either palm down or face up on your knees, whatever your preference is. Let's do one cleansing breath. Deep inhale through your nose. Exhale with a sigh out your mouth. Now close your lips and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. We're going to be here for 4 breaths. Each consecutive breath, try and make it deeper, slower, more even and equal inhales and exhales. Clear your mind of your to-do list for the rest of the day or what's already happened for today and become present here on your mat, giving yourself this time. You can make your breath audible by constricting the back of your throat. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly open the eyes. We're going to inhale, our arms up overhead, palms to touch. You come off to the right side, right hand down, left arm up and over the body. Inhale. Exhale a little deeper, keeping your sits bones on the ground. Inhale up to center. Exhale to the left, left hand down, right arm up and over. Sits bones staying connected to your mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back up to center. Let's go for a twist. We're going to bring our left hand to our right knee, our right hand back behind us. Nice tall spine. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist and peek over your left shoulder. Right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale your right hand to your left knee, your left hand back behind you. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist and peek over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center, arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, press the palms up to the sky, get really tall. You can shimmy back and forth a little. And I want you to bring your arms out in front, keeping your fingers interlaced, and round your spine, pushing your hands away from your body, tucking your chin. Inhale the arms up overhead, keeping the fingers interlaced. Exhale, bring them back in front of you, pushing them away. Inhale. Release your hands to the ground in front of your legs. Now let's lengthen the spine on an inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward to a forward fold. Try to keep your sits bones on the ground. Inhale, you can lengthen the spine. Exhale, you can fold. Keep inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come up to your fingertips. Walk your hands over to the right side. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale out into the fingertips. Walk your hands over to the left side. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up to the fingertips. Walk them back to the front, to the center, and then walk your hands back. And let's switch the cross of your legs. So whichever one was out front, bring that one close to your groin and the other one in front. Inhale, hands on the ground in front of you or on your mat, tall spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward, folding down. Wherever you're at is okay. You may be right here. As long as you're feeling the stretch in your hips, that's where you want to be. Honor where your body is at today. Inhale up onto the fingertips. Exhale, walk them to the right. Lengthen the spine on your inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale here. Exhale. On your next inhale, come up onto the fingertips. Walk the hands on your exhale over to the left. On your inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale here again. Exhale. On your next inhale, come back up to your fingertips. Walk them back to center. And walk your hands back so you're sitting upright. Let's do some wrist warm-ups. We're going to bring our hands out in front of us, our arms out in front of us. Hands, fingers reaching towards the sky or the ceiling, whether you're inside or outside today. And we're just going to do some windshield wipers. Side to side, a few times. Then we're going to stretch our hands, our fingers. Pull your fingers back as far as you can. Then I want you to fist your hands and push them down. Kind of move them side to side a little. Open your hands, pulling them back as far as you can with your own strength. On your inhale, do that on your inhale. On your exhale, clasp your fists, push them down. Really stretching those forearms and wrists out right now. And then open them up one more time. Let's take our hands, let's take our right hand and we'll pull our thumb back, just gently. Pull on all your fingers. If you need to stop and hold on one finger, do that. Take a couple breaths if you need to. You really feel it in the palm of your hand or in this underside part of your forearm. Let's do the other hand now. Continuing your breathing of your slow, deep inhales and exhales with your Ujjayi breath. That's the audible breath that I was having you do. Shake them out. Let's do some neck rolls. Lengthen the spine, nice long neck. Inhale. Exhale, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. Keep your shoulder down away from your ear though. Breathe. And then let's roll down to the chin to chest and over to the left. Keeping your spine nice and tall. Try not to round in the shoulders at all. Let's just roll back and forth a few times. Stopping where needed. Taking an extra breath. When your chin meets your chest, inhale here. Exhale. Bring your head back up to center. Let's come on all fours into a tabletop position. So you want your bones stacked. So your knees are directly under your hips. Your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are on one long line. We're going to do 3 rounds of cat-cow. So on your inhale, you're coming into cow. You drop the belly. You reach the tailbone and the crown of the head towards the sky or ceiling. On your exhale, push the ground away. Round your spine. Lift and separate your shoulder blades. Drop your head. Tuck your tailbone. Cat. Inhale. Drop the belly. Cow. Exhale, round the spine into cat. One more time. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. On your next inhale, come back to a flat back. We're going to take our right arm, we're going to inhale and open it up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to thread the right arm underneath, behind the left. Bring your right shoulder and your right temple or ear to the ground for thread the needle. Breathe into that shoulder blade. On your next inhale, let's unwind. Bring that arm back up. And then plant your right hand onto your mat. Let's do the other side. So we're going to inhale our left arm all the way up. Opening the chest. Exhale, thread the left arm behind the right. And place your left shoulder, your left temple or ear on the ground. Breathe into that outer shoulder blade. Nice, long, deep inhales and exhales. Using your breath to invite your body and your muscles to relax and open up. Inhale, let's unwind, bring the arm up. Exhale, plant it down. Do some spinal warm-up. So on your next inhale, we're going to bring our left foot back behind us, straight back. Bring our right arm forward. Gaze is at the ground, right down, trying to keep a nice neutral spine. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our right arm out to the right and our left leg off to the left. We're going to plant the foot onto the ground. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Plant your foot onto the ground. We're going to pop up, inhaling our arms up overhead. Exhaling our left arm down our left leg. Right arm is up and over. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to plant our left hand back on the ground. Bring our right arm up and our left leg up. And then exhale and back to behind and in front. Inhale. Exhale, plant your right hand on the ground and your left knee. Come back to your alignment with your bones stacked. Let's do the other side. Inhaling our left arm forward and our right leg back. 3 breaths here. Keeping your core engaged, nice and tight, pulling your belly button to your spine. Having a nice flat back. We don't want anything rounded right now. We want it nice and flat. Pushing the ground away with your right arm. Your next inhale, let's bring the left arm out to the left and our right leg out to the right. Hold. Exhale, plant the foot down. Inhale, bring your arms up, coming up onto that left knee. Inhaling here, nice and tall. Exhale, bring that right hand down the right leg, our left arm up and over, reaching out. Gaze can be out underneath your left arm, or for balance, you can look at the ground or neck issues. Breathe here, one more breath. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, let's plant that right hand back on your mat. Lift the right leg. Bring the left arm out to the side. Inhale here. Exhale, bring them back to spinal balance. Right leg back behind. Left arm out in front. Inhale. Exhale, plant your left hand back on your mat and your knee back on the ground. We're going to come into a quick child's pose. So we're going to bring our knees to mat distance apart, our big toes to touch. Send your hips back to your heels. Walk your arms forward, chest comes down between your thighs, forehead to mat. We're going to breathe here for 2 breaths. Very quick child's pose. If at any point in time during this practice you need a break, I want you to come to this position, catch your breath, take a drink of water if you got water next to your mat. One more breath here. Inhale, walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees more to parallel. I want you to push the ground away, round your spine, tuck your chin, stretching out those shoulder blades. And inhale back up. We're going to sit up on our knees, tuck our toes under, reach back, and make sure you've got your pinky toe touching the mat as well. So we're going to sit here. If your feet are really tight, we don't pay enough attention to our feet. If your feet are really tight, you can come up and put a folded blanket under your bum or a block or whatever you've got if you've got really tight bottoms of your feet. We're going to sit here for a minute. Let's bring our arms out in front of us. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. So we're going to tuck our right elbow underneath our left, crossing our arms, trying to bring our hands to touch. You might be here, and that's perfectly fine. Squeeze your arms together. 1 breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping a nice tall spine. Inhale, release. Let's cross the arms the other way. So left elbow underneath your right elbow. Twist your hands around for the palms to touch, or if you need the outsides of your hands to touch, not making it all the way around, you're totally fine with that. Just push your arms together so you're feeling that stretch back here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release. Let's come onto our hands, coming forward. Tap the toes out a little. Mine were cramping a little, I'm sure yours are. Tuck the toes one more time. We're going to push the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. Fingers are spread wide. Your feet are hip distance or slightly wider. And your heels are actively pushing towards the ground. So if you're not here like I am, and you're trying to do that, you bend your knees so that your tailbone is reaching towards the ceiling. You're actively pushing those heels towards the ground though, if you have bent knees. Even if you have straight knees, you're still pushing out of those heels. Find movement here, pedal the legs out. You can sway the hips a little. Come to stillness. Let's do one more inhale and exhale here. Look towards your hands, and I want you to walk your feet towards your hands, coming to the front of your mat. Forward fold over your legs. Let's dangle here for a moment. You can separate your feet to about hip distance apart. Grab opposite elbows. Bend your knees, generous bend in your knees. Let's do ragdoll pose. Just breathe here. You can movement side to side, or you can just sit in stillness. On your next exhale, let's let the hands drop to the mat. We're going to roll slowly all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, letting your neck and head be very last. Come to the front of your mat. Big toes to touch. Slight space in between your heels. Let our arms just fall to our sides. Legs are engaged. You're pulling your kneecaps up. mountain pose. Shoulder blades are down your spine. Tailbone is slightly tucked. We're going to do 3 sun salutations A. So on our inhale, we're going to bring our arms up overhead. Exhale, fold at the hips, hinge forward, flat back, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, long spine, gazes at the ground. Hands are on your shins or your thighs, shoulders are back. Exhale, plant the hands, come back to a plank position or a tabletop. We're going to bring our chest all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, peel your chest off the ground. Bringing your chest up towards the sky. Gaze is straight ahead. Cobra. Exhale, roll back down, forehead to mat. Inhale, up through plank or tabletop. Lifting the kneecaps, tucking the toes, pushing up on your inhale. Exhale, tailbone towards the sky. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Your core is engaged. Tight core, belly button to spine, and downward facing dog. Your shoulder blades are down your back, so you're not scrunching. Shoulder blades are down your back. The weight of in your hands is on your pads of your fingers, not on the outside of your palm. On your next inhale, look towards your hands. Walk your feet to meet your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up with a flat back, arms up overhead. We're going to keep it moving. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your plank or tabletop. And exhale, come all the way down, chest to ground, untuck the toes. Inhale, peel the chest off the ground, gaze straight ahead, cobra. Exhale, roll all the way down, forehead to mat. Inhale, tuck your toes, come up through either plank or tabletop. And exhale to downward facing dog, 2 breaths. And shake your head, yes or no. You don't want any tension in the neck in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, look towards your hands. Step to the front of your mat or walk your feet to meet your hands. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. You can have your knees bent if necessary to fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up with a flat back, arms reach up overhead. 1 more, last one. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Nice straight spine, belly button towards your back. Plant your hands, step back into your plank or tabletop, and come all the way down, chest to ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, peel your chest off the ground for cobra. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Exhale, roll back down, forehead to mat. Tuck your toes. Inhale, up through plank or tabletop. Exhale, hips high and back for downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Come back to your breath here. On your next inhale, we're going to lift our right leg high to the sky. Exhale, you're going to come forward, bringing your knee towards your chest. You're going to bring your foot to plant in between your hands. Bring that left knee to the ground, keeping your toes tucked or untucked, personal preference. Inhale up to crescent moon. Breathe here. Your focus is bringing your hips towards the ground. Think of squeezing your thighs together if they were touching. If this bothers your neck or shoulders, having your hands up overhead, you can bring your hands to your right thigh. Breathe, one more breath here. On your inhale, plant your hands on either side of your foot. We're going to send the hips back, straightening the right leg, bringing the toes up off the ground. Keeping your left hip stacked over your left knee. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, fold over the right leg. If you need your hands closer to you or on blocks, you can do that. Inhale, plant the right foot, bend into that right knee. We're going to tuck our left toes, bring the left knee up off the ground. Plant your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Inhale your right arm up. Reach out of that right arm. Find some length, an opening through the chest. Exhale, plant your right hand on the outside of your right foot. We're going to bring that right foot back to meet left. And hips high and back for downward facing dog. One breath, inhale, exhale. Other side. Lift the left leg high to the sky on your inhale. Exhale. Come forward. Tuck the knee towards the chest. Plant the left foot between your hands. If you need to, if you're back here, grab it with your left hand. Bring that foot forward. No shame. Plant the right knee on the ground. Toes tucked or untucked, personal preference. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, send those hips towards the ground. Breathe deep into this hip flexor on the right side. Maybe even you feel a little bit in your left leg as well. Hands can be up overhead or placed on that left thigh. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Find a little more movement. Maybe push your hips a little bit further down. Inhale. Come onto your fingertips on either side of that left foot. Send your hips back, keeping the right hip over the right knee. Pull the left toes up off the ground so they're facing the ceiling or the sky. Bring your hands where feels good to you. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, forward, fold over that leg. The left leg. And again, honor where your body is at. If you're here and you feel this stretch, stay there, don't push it. One more inhale and exhale. Let's come forward, plant the left foot on the ground, bending into that left knee. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Bring the right knee up off the ground. Plant your right hand on the inside of your left foot. Inhale your left arm up to the sky, opening the chest. Nice strong legs. Inhale here. Exhale. Plant your left hand back on the ground. Bring your left foot to meet your right for plank. Exhale, tailbone to the sky. Push yourself back into downward facing dog. Look towards your hands on your next inhale. You're going to walk or step your feet to meet your hands at the front of your mat. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up with a flat back, arms up overhead, palms to touch. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Moving on, Sun Salutation B. On our inhale, we're going to send our hips back, bend at the knees. Weight is in our heels, slightly tuck in the tailbone, pulling that belly button to spine. Bring your arms up overhead, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, either through plank or tabletop. Bring your chest all the way to the ground. Inhale, peel your chest up, cobra. Exhale, roll back down, forehead to mat. Tuck your toes. Push yourself up on the inhale through plank. or tabletop. Exhale, hips high to the sky for downward facing dog. We're not resting. Inhale, that right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, round your spine. Plant the foot in between your hands, that right foot. We're going to come into warrior one. So we're going to plant our left heel on the ground as well. If you need a bit wider of a stance here, please take it. Your left foot is at kind of a 45-degree angle. Bending into that right knee. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle or slightly behind. Inhale, your arms up overhead. 2 breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands, plant your hands on the mat. Come back up on those left toes. Bring your right leg to meet your left. Push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, round the spine, knee to chest. Plant that left foot in between your hands. Dropping the right heel to the ground with your toes at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, all the way up, warrior one. Check your knee alignment on that left foot. Shoulders are facing forward. Hips are facing forward as much as possible. Your range of motion might be different than mine, and that's okay. As long as you're not feeling any pain in this right knee. If you kind of are, you can bring your stance a little wider or come to crescent if it bothers your knee. Inhale, your arms up overhead. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of your foot. Lift up off that right heel. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, your right leg high. Exhale, round your spine. You're going to bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So however you get it there. You stop here, bring it up there. Lizard. Coming into lizard, a very nice hip opener. So you can stay, a couple options for this. You can stay high on your hands, pulling your chest forward, sinking your hips towards the ground. You can come down on your forearms if you need a little bit more. This is feeling kind of tough for you and you're up on your hands. Bring that left knee down. That's another modification for lizard. 2 more breaths. Really use your breath. Your breath is your tool during this practice to invite your body to soften, your muscles to receive oxygen and be able to lengthen. So wherever you're at in your lizard, let's come to our palms on the mat. Bring that left knee up if it's down. We're going to bring our chest forward, and on our inhale, we're going to bring that left leg, left foot to the outside of our left hand. Squat down into our malasana. So you could be, you're having difficulty with your Achilles right here. It's tight. You might be up on your toes, and that's okay. You can have your hands on the ground, pushing on the insides of your thighs. One option. You might be here, hands to heart center, elbows to the insides of your knees, pressing your hips, legs apart, or you might be down on your heels. You might be flat-footed. The key here is to be feeling the stretch in the inner hips and keeping a nice, flat, elongated back and spine. Gaze is forward. Breathe here. One more breath. One more inhale. And exhale, keeping your Ujjayi breath. On our next inhale, we're going to come up a little bit, plant our hands inside of our feet, and we're going to bring our right foot back behind us with our left foot on the outside of our left hand, coming into lizard on the other side. So each side of your body might be different. So you might have more range of motion and flexibility on this side, and you may not. So wherever you're at, hands flat on the mat with your leg straight out behind, or you can have your right knee down on the mat. Maybe you need to come down to your forearms to feel it a little bit more. You can also walk your left foot forward a bit if you're not really feeling a stretch. You're that limber in your hips and open. Honor your body. Keep attention to your breath. Long, deep inhales and exhales, trying to make them of equal length. One more breath here. Inhale. Feel your lungs up. Exhale. Empty the lungs all the way out. Let's meet on our hands, bringing that right knee up off the ground if it is on your mat. We're going to inhale, bring our left foot back to meet our right, as in we're plank. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, walk or step your feet to meet your hands to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. On our inhale, we're going to bend our knees, sitting our butt back. Inhale your arms up overhead. Chair. Inhale. Exhale. On our next inhale, let's bring our hands to heart center. Exhale, we're going to hook our left elbow to the outside of our right knee. Twist. Bringing our thumbs to our heart, pushing with our right arm. Your right elbow is facing up towards the sky or the ceiling. Gaze can be down or up. Inhale back to center in your chair. Exhale, hook the right elbow to the left, outside of the left knee. Push into your hands and gently twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, stand all the way up to Tadasana. On our next inhale, let's take a wide step out. So we're facing the long side of our mat. Toes are facing towards like the corners of your mat. And we're going to inhale our arms out to the side or up overhead. Exhale, squat down, bringing your hands to heart center. Goddess squat, Jiva squat. Bring our hands to our tops of our knees, fingers on the insides of our thighs, facing down. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, drop the right shoulder down, pushing away with that right hand. Turn your gaze up to the sky, up and over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder down. Gaze up and over the right. Inhale back to center. Stand all the way up. Arms up overhead. Exhale, our arms out to a T. We're going to turn our right toes to face the short edge of the back of our mat. We're going to make our left foot, side of our left foot, parallel to the short edge of the front of our mat. You might need to widen your stance coming into Warrior Two. Engage the thighs. Pull those kneecaps up. Your arms are straight out like a T. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Check your alignment. Make sure your knee is above or behind your ankle. Gaze over the right finger. Slight tuck in the tailbone, pulling your belly button to spine. On your next inhale, we're going to flip the right palm towards the sky and reach back and down the left leg with our left arm, bringing our right arm up and over for reverse warrior. Exhale, come forward, bringing your right forearm to the inside of your right thigh, left arm up and over, extended side angle. Gaze can be either down at your mat or up underneath your left arm. Inhale, come all the way back up, switching your feet, coming to warrior two on the left leg. So your left toes are facing towards the front of your mat. Your right foot, the side of it, is parallel with the back short edge of your mat. Inhale, your arms out straight to a T. Exhale, bend into that left knee. Look down, make sure you can see your left big toe, opening this thigh up. Gaze over your left middle finger. Feel how grounded you are in this position, strong in this pose. Inhale, exhale, shoulders down away from your ears. Keeping with your Ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, flip the left palm up. Reach up and back with your left arm. Right leg slides down your right arm slides down your right leg. Gaze either up and under your left arm or down at the ground. Your back toes. Exhale, come forward, bringing your left forearm to the inside of your left leg. Your right arm up and over. Gaze underneath your right arm or down towards your left foot. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, come to the front of your mat. Let's come into tree pose now. You're going to take your right foot and bring it either to your toes on the ground and your foot at your left ankle. That's step one. Or your foot is on your calf. Find your drishti out in front of you. A drishti is a focal point, a place where something's not moving and you can focus to really feel balanced. Or if you're okay here and you want to try, you can bring your right foot up into your left hip crease and thigh. Always avoiding the knee. Never place your foot on your knee, please, because you're actively pushing into your foot as much as your foot is pushing into your thigh. Hands on your hips. If you find balance here, you can bring your hands to heart center. We're just slowing it down a little bit, making our way to the ground. Your standing leg, your left leg, pull your kneecap up. We want that leg active. Or you can bring your hands up overhead like a tree. It's a tree pose. Belly button towards your spine. Keep that core engaged. One more breath here. Grab your foot, place it back down on the ground. Shake out your left leg a little. Mine's kind of cramped. Let's do the other side. So find your stability on your right foot first. Place your left foot wherever is where you are at today in your practice, whether it be at your ankle, opening that hip, or your calf, or maybe you've got it up on your thigh. Again, I will repeat, always avoiding your kneecap or your knee area. Hands at your hips, make sure your tailbone's slightly tucked, core is tight, belly button to spine, nice tall, elongated spine right now. Head and neck are in line. Hands to heart center, looking at your drishti. Breathe. Not letting go of our breath yet. Intentional breathing. Engage that right leg. Pull the kneecap up. Engage your thigh. One more breath. Let's take our foot down. Shake our legs out a little. Bring your feet to about hip distance apart. Arms out in front of you. We're going to come up on our toes. Work on some balance a little bit before we get down to the ground. So you want to really engage those toes. Engage the legs, nice strong legs. Inhaling here. On your exhale, start to come all the way down slowly. Staying on those toes, keeping your spine nice and straight. Core is engaged. Keep your core engaged. Now we can come all the way down to sit on our mat. Let's bring our bottoms of our feet to touch. Baddha Konasana, butterfly, whatever you prefer to call it. Bring our hands to wrap around our feet. Thumbs to the inside arches of our feet. You can rub your feet a little if you need to. Inhale, shoulder blades down your back. Nice tall spine. Exhale, let's hinge forward at the hips. Folding forward. If your elbows are reaching your thighs, you can press down on them. You want to try and open your feet like a book. You can, pulling on the insides arches with your thumbs. Think of bringing your chest forward so you're not rounding into this pose. We want to keep a nice flat back here. Continue to breathe with intent. Deep inhales and exhales. One more breath here. Inhale, sit all the way up. Let's bring our right leg out straight and our left foot into our thigh crease. Square your torso over your right thigh. Toes are reaching towards the ceiling or the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Your hands may plant on your shin, on either side of your calf. You may be able to reach your toes, back at bottom of your foot. Wherever you're at, think belly to thigh instead of forehead to shin. Keeping your chest nice and open and forward. With each inhale and exhale, try to get a little deeper. You can inhale out of it a little. Exhale, try and fold a little deeper. Micro movement maybe. Inhale. Straighten. Exhale. Come all the way up. Let's bring that left foot up and over the right thigh. We're going to hug the knee towards our chest. Inhale, tall spine, left toes are still towards the ceiling or the sky. One breath here. Exhale. On our next inhale, let's try to bring our left elbow to the outside of our right elbow to the outside of our left knee. Bring your left hand back behind yours back. And gentle twist, pushing with your right elbow. Twist around. Gaze softly over your left shoulder. One more breath here. Inhale, unwind, and let's come to the other side. So straighten out your left leg. Bring your right foot in to your left inner thigh. Square your torso over your left thigh. Toes are facing towards the ceiling or sky. Engage your left quadricep by pulling your kneecap up. Inhale here, nice tall spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Keeping your sits bones on the ground. With each inhale and exhale, find length. And maybe deepen the fold. Remember, belly button to thigh instead of forehead to shin. Really keeping your chest open here. One more inhale and exhale here. Inhale, come all the way up. Let's bring that right foot up and over the left thigh, keeping your left toes facing up. Let's grab hold, hug our knee to our chest, sit tall. Feeling that stretch in that outer hip. Let's inhale, bring our right hand back behind us, our left elbow to the outside of our right knee. Tall spine, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist, gazing softly over our right shoulder. 2 breaths here. Inhale, look forward, unwind. Let's bring our feet flat on the mat with our knees bent, arms out in front of us. We're going to roll slowly all the way down to our back. Once here, bring your heels as close to your hips as you can. We're going to come into bridge. So on your inhale, push through the heels of your feet, keeping your shoulders, head and neck on the ground. I want you to try and pull your arms up underneath so you're kind of on your shoulders, clasping the hands, pushing the hips towards the sky. Breathe here. We're strengthening our back. We're stretching the front body. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release your hips back to the ground. Hug your knees to your chest. You can rock side to side a little bit, kind of releasing some tension maybe in the lumbar spine. Come to stillness. Let's extend our left leg out straight and down to the mat. Let's hug our right knee to our chest. Then I want you to kind of pull it towards your right armpit. Pull the knee towards your armpit. Hug it in. On your next breath, grab the outside of your right knee with your left hand and let's pull it up and over the body, bringing the right knee to the left. Your right arm is straight out to the side. Your gaze is over to the right. Trying to keep both shoulders on the ground if you can. Still doing our intentional breathing, long, deep inhales and exhales of equal length. Our audible breathing. Inhale back to center. Grab your right knee with your right hand and kind of pull it off to the side, flexing your right foot, flexing your left foot so your toes are flexing towards your face. If you need a bit more of a stretch, you can reach down and grab your big toe with your right 2-piece fingers and straighten your leg. Gazing over to the left. Your left arm is straight out to the side. Inhale it back to center. Hug both knees to the chest. Let's switch legs. Straighten your right leg. Place it straight out flat on your mat. Hug your left knee into your chest. Flex both feet. Flex your toes towards your face. Inhale, bring that knee kind of towards your left armpit. Breathe into your hips here. Let's grab the outside of the left knee with the right hand. Left arm straight out to the side. Pull that left knee up and over the body to the right. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground or on your mat. Gaze is to the left. You can have your eyes open or you can close them at this point if you would like. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, maybe feel your knee release towards the ground a little more. Inhale, come back to center. Grab the inside of your knee with your left hand, pull it out to the side. Feet are flexed. Breathe, gazes to the right. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can wrap your peace fingers around your left big toe and straighten the leg out to the side. One more breath here. Inhale back to center. Let's bring our right ankle to cross up and over our left thigh. Feet are both flexed. Reach in between your leg to grab the outside of or the back of your thigh of your left leg or your left shin. You're going to lay back down and pull in while actively pushing this knee away, your right knee away. If your elbow reaches it, you can use your right elbow to help push that knee away. I like to find movement in a lot of these poses, so I'll kind of rock side to side. I'll come out of it a little on an inhale, and I'll push back into it on exhale. Release and do the other side, bringing our left ankle to the top of our right thigh. Sit up and reach through your legs with your left hand, bringing your right hand, grabbing the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, laying back down, pulling your legs towards your chest. You can use that left elbow to push on the left inside of that left knee to get a little more movement. Rock side to side if you like. Let's release. Let's hug the knees to the chest one more time. This time as you hug it, I want you to come really tight, tighten up like a little ball, tighten all your muscles, and release it out. Straighten your legs. Bring them to mat distance apart and just let your feet fall open. Bring your arms just off the sides of your mat, palms facing towards the sky or the ceiling, palms facing up. Release any leftover tension. Let's do one last cleansing breath. Inhale deep through your nose. Exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Let it all go. Close your lips and part your teeth. let go of your intentional breathing and just come back to your natural breath. Scan your body for any leftover tension. Scan your feet. Relax. Relax your legs into your mat, your back, your arms, shoulders. Relax everything down into the ground. Come to your face. Feel your jaw tense. Will it to relax. Bring your attention to in between your eyebrows. It's where a lot of us hold our face tension, and just release that tension. Give yourself this few minutes of Savasana to really absorb all the great things you just did. Thank your body for what it just allowed you to do. I recommend laying in Savasana for at least 5 minutes. Thank you for practicing me today. As you go forward with your day or evening, whatever time it may be for you, I hope that you enjoy this practice with me. Thank you for letting me guide you and trusting me. May you have peace in your thoughts, truth in your words, and love in your heart. From my heart to yours, Namaste.